Game time, Brian. Hey, Mark, is that the guy coming on? Hey, Mark, you can bring DFW and the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it won't matter. You haven't done dick in 30 years. The Pet Rock and the Chia Pet were more famous than Dallas in the last 25 years. Who are you kidding? The Chia Pet is more famous than the Cowboys in the last 30 years. The Chia Pet.
Good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Rise and grind, everybody. Rise and grind. Yes, it's game time, Brian. I ain't no damn Chia Pet. I am going a little thin. I'm getting a little thin up there. But a Chia Pet? No. Big Sills! So what's going on, everybody? First and foremost, I'd like to clear up that whole shit show. I walked into Dan Silio's show, as I will from time to time, because I like the man. Number one, I actually remember I was a big Miami Hurricanes fan. Still am. Not as big as Mike Tagg, but big fan. I remember the player. And as always, I will always give my flowers to the men that played the game. You have to defer to them first. They played the game. They were in the huddle. My brother always told me. My brother played college football. Shout out to my brother. Miss you, buddy. He always said, unless you're in a huddle. Now, my brother played both ways. Through high school and in college, believe it or not. And he played at a small school up in North Jersey. Private school. Unless you've been in a huddle, been in the wars, you could talk about it, you could analyze it, but you really don't know. So I will always defer to guys like Mark Holmes and Dan Silio. Just out of respect and giving these men their roses. But I walked into a hornet's nest. I walked in just listening, and I got people talking my name in their chat. And then next thing you know, Big Sills is lighting into me and the Cowboy fan base. Hey, Big Sills, I just started this YouTube thing less than a year ago. I just hit 23K, so I'm doing something right. Hey, Big Sills, I'm coming for your meats, all right? Me and you will talk at AT&T on November 9th, November 10th, if you show up with your boy Philly 500. Or unless you're going to be chicken and stay home. Now, I don't have no problem. None at all. I give my flowers until it's time not to. Just like you did with Mark Holmes, Mr. 117,000 subscribers. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little 23K, just getting my feet wet. But I'm doing more than holding my own, big boy. So I'm definitely coming for your meats. Keep up the chatter. I like it. You don't want me on that show. I told Mark. Normally I work Wednesdays, right? Now, I am off this Wednesday, so the fake Mark Holmes did do me a solid. Not that I don't think right now is a good time for me to go on that show. Because a lot of my subscribers are telling me, game time, just be yourself. They don't want me, because I'm going to call you up. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. 30 years of being irrelevant? Shit. Hey, Big Sills, tell Stephen Jones that. You'll lose your meal ticket, big guy. And again, all due respect, Dallas Cowboys are still the most watched, the most loved, the most hated, the most money, baby. That's what the Cowboys are. It's all about the almighty dollar these days. I'm not going to argue. Big Sills, let me ask you a question. You play for Tampa Bay, right? The Creamsicles. much due respect. Didn't do a lot of winning back in the day, did you? Huh? Still, you played the game. But winning a road playoff game, I don't give a shit who it's against. You win a road playoff game in the NFL, it's an accomplishment. So all you haters want to shit on Dak for winning in Tampa, go ahead. You couldn't do it last year against a lesser Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I mean, I said it. But I'm also Mr. Keep It Real. I don't know that they want a guy like me on that show where I'm going to call it down the middle. Like I said yesterday, I don't know ultimately if a guy like me is going to be ultra successful, because it seems like the only people that are ultra successful, or they just shit on one side and then the other guy shits on the other side. That's not me. Not me at all. I could tell you I love Howie Roseman. I love Howie Roseman and how he wheels and deals. Shit, he set an NFL draft record with the amount of trades this year. Now we'll see what that ultimately turns into. Anybody could sit there and pick Jalen Carter at number 9 last year. That's not a very big feat. I had him as my number 1 overall rated player in the draft last year. Okay? Dallas gave you Devontae Smith. We traded with you. We chose you, Philly, rather than the Giants to get Devontae Smith. And we ended up at Micah Parsons. You're welcome. Do you think that Dallas did anything special by drafting CeeDee Lamb? Absolutely not. CeeDee Lamb fell into our laps. And what do? Like Howie, we did the right thing and we took him. You want to screw around. Now, getting back to Howie, I will give him his flowers. Okay, I will give him his flowers. He was desperately trying to trade up last year in the draft. I was at the draft with Mark Holmes and Primetime Phil. Multiple times trying to trade up to get Kenyon Mitchell, only to have Kenyon Mitchell drop to his lap at 22. Now there's red flags about Kenyon Mitchell. He was my number 1 rated corner. What does that mean? That means on paper he should be good out of Toledo, even though he went to the Senior Bowl and looked average from multiple sources, one being Big Sills. So, again, anybody can sit and pick. You let me know the next time the Eagles draft a linebacker or a cornerback that amounts to shit. And how long has it been since you've done so? Brian Broaddus, ex-Cowboy scout that had to save your meats and draft Jeremiah Trotter that Jeffrey Lurie said, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, Jeffrey Lurie. Ryan Broaddus is the one that drafted Jeremiah Trotter. And Trey Thomas, ex-Cowboy. You're welcome. So, but anyway, circling back, people. Circling back. Dallas, if it was so easy to win a Super Bowl, you guys would be blowing right by us. But that's what, listen, I get it. Philly 500, Dan Saleo, that's what plays in this market. If you want to be successful in this market, you have to either be shit on everything, or you have to say everything's great. And the Eagle fans love being told how great they are. Like I said yesterday, and this comes with nothing but love. 11 months out of the year, you're the best thing since sliced bread. Right up until the point where you lose 6 out of 7 coming down the stretch and choke away the division and give it to the Cowboys. Let's call it how it was. Dallas won 12 wins. We were trying every which way to blow it. But the Eagles handed it to us. So for that month and then the blowout loss in Tampa, then it was quiet. It was scary silence, eerie. It was eerie. Nobody would walk up to me at work and say anything. And now we're back to being the best again and shitting on everybody. That's fine. I'm used to it, people. It doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoy it because it's a bigger letdown at the end. Now, I am so happy that the Eagles, after it's over, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I was rooting for them in the Super Bowl. That would be a lie. But once it was over, and my family, certain family members and their families finally got that Super Bowl title back in 2017, I was happy for them. They finally got to meet. They finally got to experience what it was like to be at the top of the world, be at the pinnacle of the NFL, and have everybody looking up at them. Okay, they've had better success as of late, and that's great. But when, God forbid, something happens to me or any one of you guys, it's only one Super Bowl. Okay? That's what they remember you by. They don't remember you by the losses. Look at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills were the best team ever never to win they still haven't won a Super Bowl. So you should, the role reversal is astounding to me. When I was early 90s, when Dallas was whipping up and winning titles, Eagles were beating us. Eagles would beat us at least once a year. Eagles would beat us at least once a year during the regular season, at least. And that was your Super Bowl. So it is funny how the role reversed. Now, I can speak for myself and a lot of Cowboy fans. We don't fear the Eagles. We would much rather play the Eagles in the playoffs than any Niner, Detroit. We haven't had much success against Detroit in our history in the playoffs. San Francisco, obviously. Shit. I mean, I would welcome the Eagles playoff game. That would be great content as well. That would be beautiful. Hey, Big Sills, there's a reason why when I do my reaction videos, okay? When I do my reaction videos, the losses get way more views than the Cowboys wins. Why? Because you're all a bunch of damn trolls, that's why. You love to see misery. Misery sells. That's the best thing I've ever done. Mark Holmes, thank you so much. That was the best thing you've ever did, is push me into YouTube. That was the best thing, because now, when Dallas chokes, like they tend to do in the playoffs, win-win, baby. Win-win. Jerry Jones and Catboy will always, your boy, Big Sills, your boy, Stephen Jones, that you've had on the show 5 times. Maybe ask him a question, is why the F he can't make contracts in a timely fashion and lets the market play you like a chump. Let me know that, Big Sills. Ask him the tough... I don't know, I haven't seen your interview with Steven, but I want to hear that one and how they know everything. And Jerry Jones knows the cap better than anybody, years out. Well, it looks like you're a chump, like a couple of Muppets running the organization. So tell your boy, he better get his act together. Here's the problem, Dallas fans. Here's the problem with that. The problem with that is they own the team, so they're not going anywhere. They could suck as in running a team in a salary cap era as they have since the installment of the cap. Yeah, they've had moments of success. Dak's had 2 playoff wins. Whee! You remember Cabo? Get control of your team. But be that as it may, right, Mark? Thank you for getting me into YouTube, because at least when Dallas does choke, if and when they choke, shit, it's like my little revenge on them. Remember last year? I had a bag over my head after the Packer game. That video did real well. People love to see people in misery. But circling back, I am arriving at my destination. That wasn't me, Big Sills. I had nothing to do with it. We'll meet. Don't worry. We will meet. And I'll be on your show eventually. You won't be able to hold me off your show, big guy. Because people seem to like what I got to say. Alright? Alright. I'm glad we agree. Alright, everybody. Game time, Ryan. Don't forget, 2:30 Eastern Time, live from the mail truck. Lunchtime chat. Please come with stuff to talk about. Yesterday was lively. We had well over 100 people in the chat yesterday. Why? It happens every now and again. But I think it was because of the fake Mark Holmes account. Either way, thank you. I'll see you at 2:30, all right? Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Peace.